Hey YouTube, it's Holly from Cape Cod Creatures and Tarosphere, and long time no talk. The summer is officially over. Thank God, I survived another summer. Tarosphere. Oh no! And long time no talk. Oh no! Shush, 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 shush me. There we go. Sorry about that. So yeah, so the summer is finally over. Today was the first slow day. It was the first Patriots game. So everything kind of came to a screeching halt right around 3-4 o'clock in the afternoon, which is to be expected around here. Really close to Boston. We love our foosball and our sportsing. Yeah, and it's just been a while since I've been on. I was just watching Nobody Here's channel, and Zach, I'll probably watch a little bit of his tonight because I'm not going to spend a long time on chat. So I don't know. It's just been a crazy week with some crazy energy in the tarot community, out of the tarot community, just in general. I don't know what is up with people, but y'all insane. Y'all insane this week, and you need to just stop it. But anyway, I just wanted to update you guys and let you know that I haven't really gone anywhere, even though I haven't done much with YouTube. I had a couple of people asking me, like, where the fuck did I go? And truth be told, I just I've taken on way too much as far as my life is concerned, between the business, between Beaker. I love him, don't get me wrong, but he is very time consuming. Hi, Leslie. How are you? I'm good. I know it's been a long time since I've been on. I'm going to remedy that, though, because it's finally fall. And with all things pumpkin spice cometh the whitest kid you know. So I do love pumpkin spice. I do. I'm just going to perpetuate that stereotype until the end of time. Hi, Melissa. How are you? But yeah, so I am retaking, I'm retaking, what is it? Manifest Being Seen, that course for Instagram. You're going to see me bouncing around there a little bit more than I have been. And, the store has finally slowed down. I had to let somebody go, as far as employees are concerned. So that's kind of why I haven't been on so much. I just haven't really had the time. I just decided to take on those hours instead of hiring someone else. It was just way too crazy. So I don't know. Anyway, I just wanted to come on and say that, I don't know, this weekend was like kind of crazy, and we're not going to really touch on it. Other than to say that, I don't know, not that we can't really feel responsible for what's happened, but what I can say is that I feel like I've been like too absent from this community, I guess. I don't know. I feel like I need to be there more for the people that are in it. You guys, you've been so supportive and amazing with me. And I took on a responsibility and I let everyone down. But I'm going to be putting in more of an effort to just be better at this. First thing you're going to notice is I'm going to clean up this mess back here. I've set it on the internet, so that way it has to get done. Yep, I've declared it, so now it's got to get done. Also, I need a haircut like wicked bad, so we're going to do a little self-care. And then, I don't know, it's just been crazy. So what have you all been up to? I want to know, like, how you guys have been. I'm going to be doing, I have to figure out, so one of the things that I've realized is with me being gone, I don't know exactly where my, where to toss myself in there in the live mix. Like right now, Tiger's Abyss was on, Annika was on earlier. And then, I don't know, I just need to figure that out again. I'm thinking about picking up breakfast chats. But honestly, Beaker's such a handful in the morning. I don't know when or where I'm going to stick that in there yet, but I'd love to hear when a good time to go live is for you guys. I'm going to do, so the one thing I did not stop doing over the summer was collecting decks. So I've got a stack like up to here of deck reviews I've got to do. so many. Yeah, I'm just so excited to be back on. I don't know. It feels like this is being a little manic, but I guess I'm just a little tired and going to bed shortly. But I've got one of my favoriteest decks here. I'll do a couple pulls for people if you want. I'm not going to do a ton of readings. I'll take like 2, maybe 3, and then I will go to bed because I'm an old lady and it's 10:30 almost. But anyway. Yeah, I don't know. So let me know what y'all got going on. Let's see. Nobody's really on chat yet. So we've got Melissa on chat, who I haven't seen in like this side of forever. I'm sorry if I'm a little all over the place. I'm just kind of like winging it tonight. And then we've got Leslie. Can't see that. I'm going to do this real quick. That's not, no. All right, no. I thought, sorry, Leslie, your doohickey looks like somebody else's. But yeah. It's so the thing is, so Melissa says she hates it. Well, you know what? I keep forgetting. I haven't been on so long that I forget that like restreamed live chat is a feature now. So, yeah, she says she hates it when she feels guilty for not putting enough content on YouTube or Instagram. And I think that is, so my hiatus from social media. Hi, Bella, how are you? My hiatus from social media a little bit has, what it's kind of taught me is it's okay to put away your virtual life and take care of your real one. You know, it's just, there's more to life than the internet. And I don't know, but I know, like I'm wearing pajamas, you guys, right now. So it's just like crazy. Don't worry, they're contained. Still wearing a bra. But yeah, it is 100% okay to put away the internet life in favor of working on your real one. And, you know, all the memes will still be there for you when you get back. And then, yeah, so never ever feel guilty for not putting content up. But the thing is, not so much like I took on a responsibility, I have my business, my brick and mortar business. And then when the AT forum shut down, I piled on top of that, you know, so on top of all my things like my esoteric studies, I took a couple of classes on Udemy in the meantime. I've taken some classes on some marketing for Instagram and for YouTube. I have another business, which I actually shut down. I was operating on Etsy, but it was just way too much on my plate. And then I have Beaker. And then I also operate that forum, Tarosphere. And I just took on too much, you know, so you have to play triage a little bit. So the thing that actually pays for everything else took precedent, and it is what it is. You know, I really am empathizing and sympathizing with Chase 2 Owls right now. He's like, hey, I haven't been here in like 1,000 years. And I will watch this video and I'll be like, me too, bud, me too. But yeah, no, YouTube, like I love doing YouTube. YouTube is a nice social outlet for me. As an introvert, which a lot of this community is, I feel like. Yes, Bella, I still have my shop. I can't even, like, I don't even want to talk about it. I dropped the price, like, super drastic. But the fact of the matter is my area, there's a couple interested parties again now that it's fall. So here's the thing. My area is a beach community. So between the months of, you know, between Memorial Day and Labor Day, there's like, we're all balls to the wall because that's when you have to make all your money to live for the rest of the year. So, or if you're lucky enough to already have some money and, you know, you're going to the beach and enjoying the summer. So while my business ramps up, the selling of businesses, ironically, like doesn't. It does the opposite, because if you're fortunate enough to be buying a business, you don't want to buy one in the summer. Like, you want to enjoy your summer before you take on something like that. So over the summer there were no offers. I went through another summer. Can't even. But we've got some more people interested again, and I think I've made the decision that if it does not sell after Christmas, I'm just going to liquidate, and it is what it is, because I just really can't be there anymore. It's not where I am or who I am or where I want to be anymore. But anyway, decks. So I got I backed a ton of Kickstarter decks. I picked up a bunch of your regular bookstore decks. I got I added to my collection a bunch of old stuff that I wasn't planning on adding. I picked up a bunch of indie decks. It's so I've got the unicorn. There was the Crystal Unicorn Tarot. I have a good story time for that one. Moonchild just arrived. I've got Marigold Tarot. Brady Tarot should be arriving shortly. I got the Wild Unknown Journal just arrived. I actually got an advanced copy of it. It should be coming out to everybody else shortly, but I got an updated stock copy of Sacred Path cards, which is awesome. That's another good story time. My Moonchild is missing the pages. So I don't know why, but I've just had the worst luck with indie decks lately. I can't even. Crow Tarot, I've got a good story time about as far as that one's concerned too. The Fly Through the Veil with the Crow Tarot, which is keeping me from backing her Dog Tarot. Ironically, I own a dog store. If there is a tarot I should be backing, it is that one. But my whole experience with the Crow Tarot is making me be like, but I should probably rethink that. But yes, so my Moonchild, when I found out Moonchild is missing, for those who have already received their copy of Moonchild, check and make sure that you have, I think it's the Queen and the King of Pentacles in your guidebook might be missing, and then contact the creator, Danielle. I contacted her through Instagram. Yeah, it's the whole first printing. So I contacted her through Instagram. She sent me the PDF for the missing pages, so I can continue to use the deck. She gave me a code for a discount on her store for my next purchase, although at the moment I don't think there's anything really in her shop that I want. Maybe I'll just hold off, and I don't know. I don't really know what I would use it for. Because I've got pretty much everything else from her that I need right now. And then she's going to send me a new booklet, so that when they come in, which is God only knows when, but she said she'd send a new booklet, so that's cool. She was actually really gracious and nice about it, so it was just nice to deal with an oh, the Crow Tarot. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, so Melissa thinks it's everyone. Yeah, so Leslie, when you get your Moonchild in, make sure, just check it, make sure you've got those pages. And then, so Bella wants to know what happened with the Crow Tarot deck. So when I backed the Crow Tarot deck on Indiegogo, it was supposed to be a US Games release deck, and we were all supposed to get in advanced release copies of the mass printing that were signed by the artist. And after the campaign was over, and her, there was at that point you can't really back out. The campaign was over. She decided that she was going to do a indie printing with Print Ninja. And she was like, oh, it's going to be exactly the same, except you guys are going to do a special card, and you guys are going to it's going to be the same quality as what, US Games was going to provide you, but it'll be super special because it's indie printed. And I contacted US Games and or the editor for US Games on Instagram. You can follow her, and I was like, hey, listen, this is what this artist is planning on doing. What kind of like, how are you thinking that the Crotero is going to be packaged? How is that going to come? And she was like, oh, it's going to come in a really nice 2-piece box, and it's going to have a really nice big book with it. So she was kind of like, think Jeopardy or Acoins. And I was just like, okay, cool, thank you. And then it just wound up, and then I was just like, okay, well, the deck came, it's in like a shitty it's in a shitty tuck box. There's no book with it. There's like a 4 or 5 page like leaflet, like little white book, like old school, like the old Lo Scarabeo little white books. Yeah, I don't know. And then we were supposed to get an extra card in the deck. It was like oh, don't worry, because we're doing this, you'll get an extra card and it'll be special because it's indie and yada yada. And we didn't get an extra card in the deck. We got like this thing that's like, hey, thank you for making this deck a thing, and awesome. But that to me isn't an extra card. That's not, you can't use it. Like, how can you begin to use it in a reading? An extra card to me is a 23rd Arcana, you know, but I don't know. The whole thing was just very disappointing. And the whole reason I backed it is because I've had like a slew of bad luck with indie decks. So I was ecstatic to be getting a mass-produced deck, you know, presumably error-free because they've got all those editors and shit, signed by the artist. I don't have any. I think the only mass-produced decks I have that are signed are from Il Manigello. So I was really looking forward to getting a mass-produced deck signed by the artist, but I don't know. Anyway, I can't really complain. It's a $25 deck. I guess I can't be too upset about it. But anyway, she might have, she wasn't really rude to me. She ignored 2 of my questions, answered one of them, ignored the rest. So I can't really say that ignoring is rude, but it's unprofessional to say the least. So she did come through with the goods, though, technically, Melissa. She came through with a deck. Like, it is what it is. It's on Indiegogo. And when you back stuff, when you crowdfund, you take a risk that you're not going to get what you pledge for, which is part of crowdfunding. But anyway, I don't want to, I'm going to do a whole thing because I do love the deck. It reads beautifully. Actually, crows and lately ospreys, I guess, have been huge for me. Crows have always been huge for me. I don't know if I ever told you guys about Cookies, but my first Reiki guide, and I still think he plunks around sometimes. My first Reiki guide was Cookies the Crow, who was awesome. You know, I don't know, I'm not really good at listening to messages from my guides or like paying attention to my guides. It just kind of takes me like weeks to be like, oh yeah, that's what that meant. But Cookies the Crow, and then lots of crows always hang around me. At last summer, they took over so there's a dumpster by my back door, and usually it's seagulls and like the little sparrows, but crows took it over. Crows took it over for a good part of like the spring and the summer. So like, I really like the crow deck. It's awesome. I can't wait to get back in touch with crows. The bird oracle, though, ospreys right now is like the thing. I don't know. Every time I'm not kidding you, every time I like draw from that deck, it's actually, the card is sitting right there because I get tired of drawing it. I was like, okay, fine, I'll stare at you. What the fuck, man? Just leave me alone, bro. But every time I draw from the bird oracle deck, that's one I got too. It's a beautiful deck. If you love birds, you need this oracle deck, and you're going to gasp at the price if you're in the States, but don't you worry, because that is Canadian dollars. It is not actually that much dollars. But yeah, I got every draw with that deck. It was just like, I'm going to shuffle this deck and it's going to be amazing. Rifle shuffle. And then you pull on and be like, hey, Osprey. And it wasn't even like every other pull or like, you know, I'll pull it once a week. It was literally every time I pulled. It was every time I took the deck out, used it, Osprey, first card. And I was eventually I was just like, and I am lucky enough to live in an area where we actually have ospreys. They're kind of a nuisance in some areas. They nest on the telephone poles that are like kind of by the marshes. But I can actually just go, I could drive 5 minutes down the road and meditate next to an osprey. Like literally just do that. Like, I live in a crazy place, you guys. Weird. So I've got to totally like, I got to hang out with an osprey. I'll let you know how that goes. But anyway, yeah, so I've got a deck. I was going to do a little pull, just cause this week's energy has been totally weird. I know you've all felt it, and, it's been crazy, crazy, crazy. We've got a bunch of people coming and going from the community right now because of reasons, and I don't know, man. So I was sad to see that Lisa, Tarot Alchemist, if you don't follow her channel, you should. She has amazing videos. She's got a very unique perspective, and very, her stuff is good meditating stuff. She's got a very lovely voice, and she's just very calm, and it's easy to absorb her perspective when it comes to reading cards. And some of the stuff she comes up with, you're just kind of like, I never thought of that. Very draining. Yeah. But you know what? It's been everywhere. Like, the store was full of goddamn weirdos this week. One woman out of nowhere, like, she came in and she seemed all right, and out of nowhere she just got angry and like was yelling and screaming and then left. And it shouldn't look like a crazy. So here's the thing. This is going to sound really horrible right now, but we've got a homeless shelter and like a clubhouse for people with mental illness. And we've got a bunch of houses that are, like they're group homes for people with disabilities and stuff, like mental disabilities. I'm tired and I'm trying to keep it PC. I grew up with a commercial fisherman, you guys. This is very hard for me to do right now. But yeah, so I am used to my share of crazy. Like, no shit, I have had somebody walk into the store wearing a hat lined with tinfoil. I thought that wasn't a real thing, but it's a real thing. Like, I am used to having crazy people in my store. I get like one once a week at least. But this woman walked in, no sign that she might be a jerk. Just like totally together with it, greeted her. She said hi back. She stood by the bakery case. And then I thought she was just hanging out. And then out of nowhere, yeah, it was a literal tinfoil hat, Edward. It was like crazy. But she came in out of nowhere. She was just like yelling and screaming because I didn't get her a cookie from the case fast enough. So that was ridiculous. And then just a lot of really, I'm going to just say off people and a lot of off energy, like things that make you like, it's not so much, not necessarily like verbally violent or anything like that, but just people that are just like, you're weird. And the dogs have been off too. Like the dog, like so I don't bring my dogs, but a lot of people will bring their dogs in, and then other people will go to like pet those dogs, and the dogs are just like, no, thank you. Because they're picking up on stuff too. I think it's just been like a really weird, I wish I knew. Hi, Celtic, how are you? It's just like, I just wish I knew a little more about astrology or that kind of thing, because I feel like there's something going on with the planets that's probably making us crazy. But yeah, it's been a crazy week. And then on a personal note, I don't know, like, well, you know what, there's more, there's, I don't know, like, I'm probably not ready to share it yet, so I'm not gonna, if at some point, I gotta like write it down and then have it, but anyway, it was just, hi, Sunny. Sunny, I have a video that I have to upload and send to you. It's adorable. But you know what? I might just upload it here because anyway, oh my God. Oh, and then I got some really odd. So Sunny already knows I got some news that's really it's kind of like, it's just been like stupid. Life has just been stupid the past month. But yeah, so Sunny sent Beaker another, like, it's so adorable, and I have a video of it. I have to upload it. Sunny sent Beaker some more Beaker mail. It's so cute. So she sent Beaker some Beaker mail, and I haven't uploaded it yet because Beaker might be against the law in my state now, which is like totally weird. His species was added to the Endangered Species Act, and Massachusetts law is really murky where it comes to owning animals that are on the Endangered Species Act, and nobody really knows what the law is or like what's going on there. So like if you think the tarot community is turbulent, you should join the hyacinth community. It's like totally crazy, right? That is in an uproar too. So I've got to figure out the legality of like, I might have to apply for permits and stuff for Beaker, and I think I have to apply for permits for Henrietta too. It's because it turns out she was added to the list a few months ago. So basically half of my pets are now fugitives from the law because they're adorable. They're the most adorable fugitives you've ever seen. And then Ripley needs a $5,000 MRI, which is totally awesome. He's 11, so we think it's some sort of myelopathy or something, but he's getting an MRI just to make sure there's no tumors on the spine or anything like that. But his back end's been dragging and it's been getting worse. So that's been crazy. And that's another reason I want to get rid of the store. Like, that dog is not getting any younger, and I love him so much, and I need to spend more time with him. Anywho, I just had a card pop out for us, by the way, you guys. Masculine energy. It's Triangulum Australe, Australe. I can't pronounce it. I'm not gonna pretend like I can pronounce it, but this is the Cosmos Oracle by Black and the Moon. That was the other thing I got. I got like all the no, that's another deck I have to review. I got all of the editions of Antique Anatomy, of the Oracle of Oddities and the Antique Anatomy Tarot. Like, I just got them. So I think I've got the complete collection of her decks. I don't know. So I have to review all of those. But anyway, just pulled up masculine. So it has been a very, yeah, it hasn't exactly been, as my tarot teacher would put it, it hasn't exactly been a high feminine energy week or month or summer. It's just been crazy. So it's been more like a low masculine. No! Oh my goodness, Bella, that's no good. Are you okay, Bella? Like, everything, like, anything that we should know, any support we can give you, that's no good. A new one. Hooray. Like, that's a new thing that you don't want or need. You're holding together. You're stronger than I. I'd be on an Archer style rampage right now. I'd be, I don't know how many of you watch Archer. It's an amazing show, but I would be like that time where he's like on a chemotherapy fueled vengeance rampage. Oh, I'm sorry, Bella. But if you need somebody to drive you around while you go on your if you go on your like cancer rampage, you let me know. You let me know, and I will drive you around, and we will. It's such a good episode. I know, it's like the best. Rampage. It's the best. Yeah, Bella, it's not. Sunny's right. Hugs aren't enough. If you need anything, you let us know. Well, crap. I don't even know. Poor Bella. Yeah, if you need anything, you let us know. Like I can't. Oh, what's this? Time. That's a good one that just popped out. Masculine and time. I'm just gonna keep shuffling until cards pop out, and then those are gonna be our messages, I guess. I don't even have anything to say to that. Yeah, you poor thing. Oy vey, man. Oy vey, man. So anyway, yeah, I don't know. So that's all I got going on. Apparently other, you know what, that puts a lot of things in perspective though. I mean, what's the old adage? No matter how bad you have it, someone's got it worse, so don't even like, I don't know, that sounds crazy and whatnot, but oof, man. Oof. Anywho, all right, I'm going to do a little reading for us for tonight. I don't think we've got any more jumpers. And then I'm going to sign off. And then I think I'm going to do a deck review probably tomorrow morning. We'll, we'll do like mini reviews, which will be fun. Get our minds off of things. Well, this is interesting. So we got beauty, hate, and strength. Yeah, the hugs really aren't enough, and we love you. If you ever need anything from us, you let us know. But yeah, we got this is so, I don't know. I can't decide if I love or hate the heart hand signal anymore. I can't decide. I don't know. Whatever. I'm taking it back. But yes. Let's see. So we've got hate, beauty, and strength combined with time and masculine. And the hate was the middle card. I don't know. I think that, there's a lot of, maybe there's beauty and strength to be found amongst like a big ginormous pile of hate. Like I feel like there's a lot of that flying around right now. I mean, just in general, in society in general. But again, we've had some ridiculous, I feel like the summer was just very exhausting for everyone. And, like, I don't know, I just feel like it was like a really exhausting time for everybody, and it tends to bring out the worst in people, but it's also like it's a way to explore, like, it's like, you pile enough on people and you get them tired enough and cranky enough, and you really start to see their true feelings. And we can put on all these, like, smiley faces and whatnot, but so I know, like, tarot is a love and light community and all that good stuff. Don't get me wrong. I really like it, and it's really been a way to help me as a generally negative person reframe a lot of my thinking into a more positive and productive way. But I have never been one to be like, you need a spoonful of sugar to take your medicine. I don't think sugarcoating everything and pretending that, like, oh, everything's love and light and good and posi traction and amazing. And I actually think that, it's maybe not the healthiest way. And I'm sure it has a lot to do with the way that I grew up, but every once in a while, a purge is a good thing. Like, just get it out there, just have bad shit happen. So all that stuff can rise to the surface, and then you can deal with it. Because if you don't deal with your issues, you're not going to grow. Like you're not gonna, you know, it's like the world isn't going to hand you cupcakes and rainbow farts and whatever. It's just, sometimes bad shit has to happen in order to move forward and get stronger. And it's not always going to be pretty, and it's not always going to be, you know, like a Mr. Rogers, super awesome hand holding type of conflict. It's going to get ugly. And I think that who you are amongst all that ugliness and amongst all that adversity, you know, like that tends that is really it's shaping, and it enables growth. I think one thing that it really does is, or at least it did for me when I was younger, having all that ugliness and hate and ridiculousness come to the light and dark. Oh my God, Tammy, are you channeling Bob Ross right now? So when all that hate and ridiculousness and vitriol and just when that all bubbles to the surface like magma, it kind of forces you to deal with it. And it kind of forces you to take a good hard look at why you're feeling that way, what made you feel, like, you know, why, who, what, how, like the 5 W's of who, what, when, where, why, and how you're feeling that way. And are you flying to California right now? Oh my goodness. Ooh, green. But yeah, it kind of Sunny, is that a shit rainbow? Like, oh my God, so good. But yeah, it forces you to like kind of handle, it forces you to kind of like take a good hard look at like what you like the other stuff you got floating around in you. Like you can't be all love and glitter all the time. But anyway, so trying to find your strength and trying to find your beauty and trying to figure out a way to like handle all that. Like, it's just, I don't know. I guess I'm rambling at this point because I'm tired. I don't read well when I'm tired. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but it's ridiculous. You're flying to California a lot right now. A believer? What are we talking about? What did I miss? Sunny, what did I miss? But yeah, anyway, that's, I don't know. I also like how time flew up for us. I think that all we need is time. What are you trying? I don't know. Like I feel left out. Anyway. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, Tammy says she really appreciates people who embrace the dark with the light, because that's what. Oh, okay, Bella. Okay. Oh my God. Oh my God. So here's the thing. The green stuff, I'm lucky enough to live in a state where it's never been that big of a deal. It's never really been that big of a deal. I'm also, I don't know. I just, for whatever reason, like I've never really had to talk in euphemisms about it. Like I grew up in a family where it also wasn't that big of a deal. Like it should have been a bigger deal. Like looking at you, Mom and Dad, drugs should have been a bigger deal in my house. But yeah, like that was never a big a deal to me. So I don't really talk about it in euphemisms. I just tend to talk about it, which sometimes horrifies some of my other acquaintances. They're just kind of, oh, CBD oil. I actually know a ton about that. So CBD oil is what you're looking into, but you'll be using both. All right. So there's a lot of good CBD oils out there, but right away, I'm going to tell you, you're going to want to look for stuff that doesn't have, if you're going to get it, you get it from a medical dispensary, you know, one that just deals strictly in, you know, patients, You don't want to go to a recreational facility for it. And then you also want to get it, like, if those people are selling something that's got like wacky labels and, you know, they're all wearing what we in Massachusetts like to call the drug rug, you know, like those like knit carpet ponchos, and they're listening to a lot of Grateful Dead, then maybe that's not the facility you need to be in. But as far as the quality is concerned, you want to make sure, you want to ask where they're sourcing the marijuana. Kentucky is a really good state to be getting it from right now. A lot of really good farms, a lot of organic and pesticide free. You want to make sure that they're leasing their own plot of land and have complete control over the means of production. Then you want to make sure that they're using some sort of cold distillation. CO2 is good, but a cold steam is even better. Cold resin press is the best. Stay away from stuff that's been tinctured using grain alcohol. I mean, like, I tinctured my own CBD using grain alcohol, and just, it's kind of the worst. It's the worst. It tastes like soap. Yeah, you gotta be really careful where you get it. And CBD, like, it's not like the cheaper the better is not necessarily like you get what you pay for with CBD. You gotta be really careful. You got to be really, really, really careful about getting stuff that's been private labeled. There are some CBDs that are coming out of Eastern Europe and South America and Latin America, and they are extracting using butane, which is not good for you anyway. The one that I like to use is actually it's meant for dogs, but they're the people. I use it for myself. I just get the large breed one and call it a day. This sounds terrible. Ripley takes it, and so do I. Oh yeah, you can mix it into lotions. You can use it. Oh, it's great for arthritis. It's great for anxiety. Actually, it's probably what got me through the summer without murdering anyone. But yeah. So you want to make sure that they are testing their product in an independent laboratory at least once a quarter. So once every 3 months, you want to make sure that they are posting those lab results online, and they're using an independent lab. So it does no good if they're like, oh, we're testing our own stuff. It's like, really? You are? Did you give yourself an A? Like, you know, you gotta, that is an industry where you have to go in and just, you have to suspect everybody of being up to no good, which is really silly. But the good news is it's becoming more and more accepted across the states. And I don't know, like, eventually we're going to see some really awesome changes and some really awesome studies and whatnot being done with CBD. For those of you who are dog parents or thinking about using it for your dogs, I recommend Pet Relief. They're an amazing brand. One of the only products out there that are actually posting test results online, so that way you can see how much CBD is in each of their products. And they are a THC-free product. Although some people will tell you that you need the THC, especially in people's CBD, to activate some of the cannabinoids and terpenes. I don't know. It's weird. But yeah, we use CBD for dogs all the time. You know, my Ripley's been on it for a couple of years. But yeah, no, it's awesome stuff. But I use the because I don't like, me and pot don't mix. I just get real paranoid, and it's really stupid. So I've been using the dog CBD because there's no THC in it, and it seems to be working. And I tinctured my own using Everclear grain alcohol. But I am a big gal, and it takes a lot of CBD, which means that if you're using an alcohol tincture, you basically get a nip of grain alcohol, which is like 100 proof. And you just really do not. You're scared to use it because of the grain alcohol? Oh, or you get paranoid. I mean, the CBD oil shouldn't make you high. If you're getting just CBD oil, it's not going to make you high. Some people think that low dose THC is good, but again, no. Okay. So with people, so actually an interesting thing about CBD is It kind of mellows out. If you're the kind of person who gets paranoid and ridiculous when you partake in the devil's lettuce, let's just say, if you're the kind of person that gets like paranoid and crazy and you hate it, CBD is supposed to bring you back down to earth a little bit. It's supposed to mellow and even you out. So if you ever do find yourself in a place like, you know, maybe you accidentally ate a special brownie that you didn't know was a special brownie, you should take some CBD, and it's supposed to help you handle that stress. But they do have the THC-free CBD oil, but Pet Relief's my favorite. Just get the 1700 oil. It's a little up there, but it's a big enough dose for a 150-pound human. You know, it's a 150-pound dog, which I probably take about a Ripley-sized dose. And it works fine for me. Like I can it's almost like putting on a warm blanket right before bed. So it's awesome. It just puts me in a much better mood. I can actually feel the tension leaving my body once it kicks in. It's devil's lettuce. I know, it's the best. I love that euphemism, the devil's lettuce. It really is like the funniest thing I've heard like ever. Anyway. Yes, go ahead and PM me. Do it on Instagram, Cape Cod Creatures on Instagram. I can send you some more info about that. And then let's see. You haven't heard that before? Oh my God, yeah, it's in Reefer Madness. If you haven't seen Reefer Madness, I'm pretty sure it's on Netflix and you need to watch it. But yes. It's the devil's lettuce. Anyway. Good times. Anywho, what were we even doing? Yeah, we're wrapping up, I think. We're starting to get tired, silly. We're heading into like silly sleepover territory, and it's 11 o'clock at night, and I'm sure Chris is upstairs being like, where the hell did she go? So, yeah, I don't know. Like, you know what? Maybe one of these days I have a friend who's like super into CB, like even more than I am. She's super into it. I'm glad I'm glad to be back too. Oh my goodness. You guys. Make me blush. She's super, super into it. So maybe if I can talk her into it, I might be able to get her to do a guest appearance, which would be awesome. She is, she's very knowledgeable, and she's one of my best friends ever. But anyway, I went to go reconnect with my peeps. What? Who went? Who's back? Anyway, yeah, I'm not good at following the bouncing ball in chat, apparently. It's been a while. But yeah, I would love to have her on. I'd like to do some more educational stuff, actually. You know what I'll probably do? I need to post a link to the forum because I need to start driving. Oh my God. So my forum, that was another thing that happened too that was super awesome. The Cloudflare. So I use ProBoards as a hosting platform for, where my husband, where he's probably already asleep. So we've been listening to actually, I think I can hear it a little bit in the background. We have been listening to crazy conspiracy theorists at nighttime because that puts us to sleep, because the crazy in somebody else's head is white noise for the crazy in my head. It just cancels it out. And then I'm in bed, and we've been listening to this dude named Chuck Missler, who is telling us all about how the Anunnaki wrote the Bible. So that's been a good time. That's my favorite. That is my favorite. Yes, the Devil's Lettuce episode. That is so good. Yeah. Hi, Wildfeather. How are you? So yeah, he's probably listening to that and he's sound asleep. He's been in dreamland for a long time. But yeah, we'll do some more educational stuff. I'm probably going to start doing, I've been secretly writing like a little like tarot class because I don't have enough on my plate, you guys. So we'll probably do some stuff like that and some more like beginner how-tos, because honestly, that's I'm gonna start trying to recapture how I felt when I first started tarot. I love tarot and I love the esoteric, don't get me wrong, but one of my biggest pet peeves with the tarot community right now is sometimes a cigar is just a cigar, Freud. And sometimes a tower means what the tower is supposed to mean. And like I feel like a lot of what's been going on is people have been shoehorning the meaning of a card into what they want the card to mean. Like they're just kind of like, oh, the tower is all about like amazing, fluffy growth, personal stuff. And it applies to this thing that it doesn't actually apply to. And then you kind of lose a little bit of the magic of the tarot. So it's almost like, for me, and part of the reason I think I've been away a little bit as well is I've been trying to figure this out. It's like the tarot card meanings mean so much now that they almost mean nothing, which sounds like some sort of philosophical nightmare. It's just like, it means everything and everything is nothing. And who am I even? What is my life? So I'm going back to basics as far as tarot is concerned. And I get that. Yes, I'm going to do mornings. So I'm going to just start setting an alarm. My husband has been biking to work, so that gives me a full hour in the morning. And provided Beaker can behave himself, we will, I know it's not deep, it's stupid. Like that's what it is, Celtic Morning Star. Is just kind of like, oh, what? But anyway, it's stupid. Like it's kind of like it's almost like analysis paralysis, but for tarot, where you're just like, this means everything and nothing. And you're just kind of like, well, what does the cards mean for me? And you're like, I don't know, everything and nothing. It's a shocking reading. Give me $30. Bye. Like, you know, that's not good. So I'm going to get back to tarot reading basics and it'll be fun. But anyway, yes, mornings, I'll try to do tomorrow morning. Will be the start of some mini tarot reviews because I've got so many decks. I don't think I'm going to do full-on reviews for everything. And yeah, I'm going to go now. All right, you guys, have a wonderful night. I will see you later. And bye, Tarot Sphere. I've missed you all so very much. And here's to an amazing, at least fall, winter, and spring of videos and somewhat regularity. I'm going to keep you regular like fiber. All right, I'll see you later, guys. Have a good one. Bye.